So I wanted to talk about both of the Rest Stop movies. The first one is about a young woman named Nicole, and she basically leaves her home with her parents and with her boyfriend on basically what's a road trip to get away from it all. And unfortunately for them, they run afoul of someone in a truck and they end up having to go to the rest stop. And this is when Nicole's boyfriend disappears and she's basically left to her own devices. The phone doesn't work, the car doesn't work, she doesn't know where her boyfriend is, and she starts hearing noises coming from the rest stop bathroom. So this movie is like a couple of different movies mixed together. It's a little bit like Joyride. It's bit, a little bit of sort of backwoods horror because of where they are at the rest stop. Sort of a Twilight Zone type setting. She's the only one at this rest stop. She can't get a line out to anywhere for help. She doesn't know where her boyfriend is. And she's constantly being bothered and stalked by this weird guy in a truck. And she begins to hear strange noises in the rest stop as well. So this one has a pretty small cast. It's only like, I want to say, four, maybe five people total. Um, Very small cast, pretty much like a bottle plot for a movie, and that is to say, it mostly takes place at one spot only. I've liked this movie for a really long time, and I was happy to see that they did a sequel. They did Rest Stop 2, only they got a different actress to play the girl compared to part one. And this is a group of three friends. One of them recently got out of the military. He's back home having a celebration with his friends and family. And he can't find his brother Jesse, who was the boyfriend in part one, who's basically disappeared with his girlfriend Nicole. So again, they set out trying to find them on a road trip. And of course, wouldn't you know it, they stop at the ill-fated rest stop again, and they run into the same guy in a truck. Another reason why I like this movie is in both movies you have this like religious fanatic family living in a Winnebago who pick up strangers. Two of the teenage boys in the family, they were in the movie Seconds Apart, which is another 8 films to die for. So I was a fan of Seconds Apart, and you can watch that review on here as well. And another member of the family was a little person. He was born with dwarfism, and his name in real life was Mikey Post. And sadly, he died a couple of years ago. He was only, I think, about 34, 35 years old. He was relatively young, and I had the pleasure of briefly chit-chatting with him online, and he was just so nice, so sweet. And he was an actor who was from Ohio. So, I enjoy watching these movies because he's in them as well, and he seemed like such a nice guy. And I thought I would throw that in here since I'm, reviewing both movies. And he's in both movies as well with the religious fanatic family. Part two definitely has more like sexual dialogue. It has a bit more gore this time around. Whereas part one had a bit more like realistic gore. Like it wasn't completely over the top, but part two just feels like they just went for, the gory slasher route. Um, Even though there was a gore in part one, I feel like they didn't go over the top like in part two. You do get a lot of banter back and forth with the main character's girlfriend. Her name is Marilyn, and she has like a smart mouth. She's a smart ass. She doesn't get along with her boyfriend's buddy who comes along for the ride to try to find Nicole and Jesse. But then, she does have a pretty good character arc, and they're all pretty likable. So give these ones a watch. I'm not sure if they're on Tubi right now. I ended up buying them on DVD a couple years ago. They are from Raw Feed, which also made several horror movies. So definitely give them a watch if you're able to. They're guilty pleasures for me. If you're into like this type of trucker joyride type, sort of a Twilight Zone type setting, let me know what you guys think about the Rest Stop movies. And if you like any similar movies, I'm always, down for watching more movies and possibly reviewing them. So I'm going to wrap this up. I've been talking forever. And I hope you guys enjoy this. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.